Welcome back, guys, to the second episode of The Cat Shelter. This is take 2. I am your host, Bred.
And your co-host, Mel.
First of all, why we moved? Platforms.
Well, we moved because SoundCloud has like a limit to how much content you can post. And I guess that's good for people who post like only 3-minute songs, like SoundCloud rappers. But for us, we posted like a 36-minute episode, and then we had like only half of like the space left. So we didn't want to pay for the subscription. So we found RSS, which is a
podcast
platform. And even though I guess we don't really know how it works that well right now, or like we're not really as like accustomed to it as SoundCloud, it's way more easier to use in a way.
Yeah.
And free.
It's specifically for podcasts.
Yeah.
So yeah. And we wanted to also say thank you to the 5 listeners on SoundCloud and the 3 downloads on on RSS. So thank you. We suspect that you're bots. I'm sorry if we're offending you, but you might be bots. What is that?
Nothing. Anyways, I wanted to be funny, but it didn't work. Sorry. The cover art. Why is the cover art that?
I drew a sick Mel cat.
Because if you listen to the last episode, you could hear me trying my hardest to not blow my nose.
It was because when we went to the cat cafe, it started pouring, and none of us carried a brain. No.
That also.
A brain either, but an umbrella. None, and then we just ran in the rain.
I think it was mainly my fault because Brad wanted, like, we found like a covered place, a roof, and then we stayed there for a while. But then I was like, well,
let's go,
because I was very impatient because I can't really.
And the cat cafe wasn't that far, so Mel kept saying like, let's just go, and I was like, no, but because my jacket was very, very thin, I was literally soaked, and my hoodie underneath was so soaked.
Yeah,
too.
But I don't know. It hit me so quickly. Like we got to my place, and I kept like sneezing, and like my nose was running.
Yeah.
So I was like, I think I'm getting sick, and then I woke up the next day, and it was like my nose was like blocked. I was like sneezing. I had like a fever. It was the worst.
Yeah, Mel was absent for like 3 days.
Yeah, I went to my What do you want to say?
No, yes.
I went to my family doctor, and she was like, yeah, you have a cold. I'm gonna give you 3 days and like an aspirin. And I went and picked up the aspirin from the pharmacy, which was free, by the way, because we have good health care.
Damn. a way to brag.
Yeah, sorry. And then now I think I'm dying because of the aspirin. So
it's kind of funny how Mel got sick, because I thought I would get sick.
Yeah, like as I said before in the last episode, my jacket is padded and like.
Yeah, and she actually had a rain jacket on.
Yeah.
I did not.
And like it was padded, and I had a hoodie on, and like a knitted sweater, and I thought that I wasn't gonna get sick because I had like I didn't have like ripped jeans or whatever. I had like really like long jeans and stuff. I just got sick.
And that's why the cover art is a sick cat. And that's also the reason why the this episode is kind of rushed, and we didn't really have much time to plan it. Last episode, we had so many ideas and talked about it for a whole week.
But then, because we usually brainstorm and when we're in school, we usually brainstorm between classes and or between periods. But this time I wasn't there.
Yeah, you weren't there
For 3 days, and also this week was kind of chaotic because, should I say this? I don't know.
We said it last time.
Oh right.
Yeah.
There's like a fair, I guess, for our school.
We had an anniversary week for the school, so.
And it was kind of chaotic, and we had to work. We had
to come back at 4 p.m. and stay at school and like sell some stuff until 7 p.m.
But we decided to come a bit early because we had to do something before it like officially started, and
we also stayed later.
Yeah,
because
than
we
most
helped
people.
Clean up. We helped
because like we had to change, like we had to have shifts.
We had the last shift, so we had to what is it called? Clean up and bring out the trash.
Right, because we didn't really do much like sell-wise. We didn't do much like business-wise. Mm-hmm. We did a lot of like, I think we only sold like some stuff. Bred even got taken advantage of by a guy who was like, hey, this is not working. Give me my money back.
Exactly. He was like, I'm not getting the cotton candy that I wanted to. And they said that the machine was broken, so... And then I just said, here, just take the money. Just take your money.
And like then he went and got his cotton candy.
And so he didn't pay?
No, he didn't. He was like talking with his friend that was getting his cotton candy, but I thought he would get the money and leave, but no, he just went back into the line for the cotton candy.
Yeah,
I guess that's kind of our fault too, because we didn't really talk with vocalize it to our other.
There was no communication.
Classmate, but it was also very hard too because everyone was there, everyone.
Exactly, it was so crowded. Not as in customers, but it was crowded as in seller wise, because there were like 6 people around the popcorn and cotton candy machine, and me and Mel were like at the they're sitting as cashiers.
Yeah, and it's supposed to be one person per machine. So you have one person per cotton candy machine and one person per cotton machine. But they were like, yeah, no, we're just gonna... Because we were supposed... And I get them, because you're supposed to just walk around until your shift is... it's time for your shift.
Yeah.
But it's also... I don't know.
It was so boring, to be honest. There wasn't much to do.
We tried to do that, but then we gave in and we're like, let's just sit there too.
Exactly. We did one activity there, and that's it. Yeah.
That's it. That was all. So I guess that's the whole reason for why this is like so rushed and like not prepared, like underprepared.
Yeah, this might be a bit boring. I don't know, but sorry for the long rant. But sorry, I cut you off.
No, it's fine, honestly. You go.
But today our schedule is taking tests. So we wanted to take what type of cat? We should have done what breed cat.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
It's I googled what cat breed you are, and it's just the same thing it's showing.
We wanted to take a test on what cat breed we are. Like BuzzFeed quiz.
And then another quiz. There's 2 quizzes of that.
Other quizzes.
We have MBTI quizzes.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if you know, but we took those. I mean, we didn't mention them, but if you don't know what MBTI is, it's basically your personality, and there's like 16 types of MBTI.
Yes.
We're not gonna take the 16 personalities one, because that's just not a good one to take. We're gonna take the personality hacker one. And before going, I guess, should we start with them?
Wait. So we're just gonna take random, like, first we're gonna take the MBTI test, and then the Cadbury test, and then we also chose some other random quizzes to do.
Okay. So the personality hacker one. So before we start the personality hacker one, we should say I am an ISFG, and Bred is.
Wait, I have to look in my notes. I never remember this.
That's why.
I'm an INTJ.
Okay.
INTJ.
An INTJ. So we're gonna start. If you want to do the same one as us, you just go on personalityhacker.com and you just take the only free quiz that there is. So let's just start.
Do we have to sign in again?
I think so. Oh, we're not prepared for this.
Double email.
Oh God.
Double email.
Oh God, we are not prepared for this. I'm just gonna try and do this quickly.
Email.
Next.
Can I do you?
No, don't do mine. I'm already like getting a lot from them, so don't do mine, please. Okay, so I'm done. We should have put like a trash, like a spam email there.
Right. Okay, that's stupid. What did
Okay,
you
next.
put in as name? Your actual name?
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna we're gonna take turns in we're gonna take turns in reading the question and the answers, and then we're gonna say what we chose. So I'll start. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'll start with the first one.
Okay.
My friends say that I am easy to read and get to know, or somewhat private and difficult to read.
I actually have no idea.
Should we like say our opinions on each other?
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're somewhat private and difficult to read because you're kind of closed off, and it's kind of like, I don't know. It's harder to get to know you in a way.
You're distancing yourself from me, so, but I'll just do it a second. I think, I wouldn't say you're easy to read, but you have kind of many expressions,
Mm-hmm.
which are also funny. I wouldn't say you're private, somewhat difficult, because you're also kind of open.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say the first,
Okay.
but I don't know about you. Do you agree?
I don't know. I actually do not.
Do you agree?
Do you agree? Yes or no? I have like no actual concept or like of like how I think this is kind of bad, but it's so hard to get to like to understand what I'm like to other people, cause I do stuff and then I'm like,
Right,
is that?
because you're you and you can like look from an outsider's perspective.
So this is why personality tests are kind of hard for me.
They are hard.
Okay.
I value realism and common sense, or innovation and imagination.
I think I've said this before, but and I said that I'm a realist, which you laughed to me about.
You said that
I got
last
made fun
time.
of. This is a podcast where I get bullied. So I think realism and common sense. I think I've gotten a lot. Like I've like done rants about like some stuff like not making sense, and it's like common sense. And I think I'm really like mad about things not making sense. I think the first one.
Yeah, me too. I also chose the first. A lint.
My lint is
My lint is long.
my lint. Oh, okay. So the lint thing is from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I've finished 3 times actually.
It's already 8 p.m. Okay. Yeah. Third question.
Third, I enjoy receiving respect more than appreciation more than respect.
I'd say the first for me.
I say I like being appreciated.
But then again, respect. I think because I get stepped on, like as a doormat, I get taken advantage of.
See, but I like being appreciated. Like, that's my thing. Like,
But
I
then-
like when people appreciate me.
I
And
get
like, hey,
that.
thanks for doing that.
I had that thought too, but then again, respect, wouldn't that be...
But that doesn't mean that, like, you get stepped on more. You just...
I know, but what you prefer, but...
Yeah.
Because in my case, I'd say respect.
Yeah. But I think appreciation, I think I acknowledge appreciation more than respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Okay, fourth. I am most comfortable when I can be prepared or spontaneous.
Definitely prepared.
Prepared.
When I meet someone new, I usually do most of the talking, do most of the listening.
I do second.
I think depends for me. If they're like introverted, then I think I do most of the talking because I think I'm like an extroverted introvert.
Yeah.
If they're an extrovert, then I just do most of the listening. So I
Makes
think
sense.
I'll go with the second. I don't know.
So I chose the second, but what you said made me think. So I'd say if I get along. No.
But you just
No.
met them.
Yeah. No.
I think I just do most of the listening too.
Second. Sixth. While knowing that everyone is a unique individual, deep down I feel like I am basically the same as most people. Like there's something different about me compared to most people.
The first one.
I wanna say the first one too.
I don't know, because I feel every time I'm like, I'm not as different as other people as I would like to think I am.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people, there's some people, and that kind of annoys me sometimes, that they have this like complexity, like they have this thing to be different and to stick out, and I'm like, we're all like basically the same. Like, why are you trying to be so different? So I think I am basically the same.
This is kind of weird, but I want to say the first one too, but then again, this is a bit personal. When I feel sad, I like bully myself to not cry, because and then I compare myself, like you know, when you compare yourself to others.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be normally saying like be like everyone else and stuff?
I guess that would be, but a lot of people are like, oh, I want to be different because different is better.
But no.
I get that, because sometimes when I have like something that is like, with like, sorry, I cut you off.
No,
Even with small things like wearing a jacket, and like I see a lot of people not wearing a jacket, I get insecure about
Me
not wearing a
too,
jacket, about wearing a
exactly.
jacket. So I'm like, oh, should I take it off?
That's
Even
what-
though I'm freezing, I'm like, should I take it off?
That's what I thought about, but I wouldn't say like, yeah, I'm kind of different. I'm not like the other people, I'm very different. I don't mean it in that way. More like the example that you just said.
Yeah.
Like sticking out, like just being insecure about wearing one clothing item and thinking you stick out, but you actually don't, because no one cares, but you care.
To me, it's kind of funny because I guess I'll reveal this about myself. I have dyed hair, and it's not just like normally that. It's not like red or whatever. It used to be purple. It used to be a really I looked like a highlighter. And some people would think I wanted that because I wanted to stick out, but I just like the color purple.
Exactly.
And I would get like, sometimes people would just look at me, and I noticed they would look at me, and I was like, oh my god, should I kind of would regret my choice, but I kind of learned to be like, I just love my hair.
That's what I meant with why I don't know which one to choose.
I just chose the first one.
Okay, then I'll do two.
That's a very good example.
I don't want to be like other people saying that I'm like other people, so I just say I'm like everyone else to seem like I'm like everyone
My god,
else.
that's some Shakespearean stuff you said there.
That is very deep.
Mm-hmm.
Is it my turn? No, your turn.
Mine. an argument with feeling has more effect on me than a cold rational one has the same or less effect on me than a cold rational one. I think the second one, even though we've both been in debates and taken a part of debates, and I guess arguments, it's very hard for me to have arguments, like to make arguments for a thing I don't like support. And even though in an argument, like while gathering pros and contras, it doesn't really matter about your opinion but just straight up facts.
Yeah,
it's very hard for me to do that.
Exactly.
And I'm like learning to do that, but I'm really like impressed by people who can just put their feelings aside and just say cold straight facts.
Yeah, or like feel with the other side even though you disagree with them.
But not feel, just I for me, just not feelings, just straight facts. I really look up to people who can do that. I wish I could do that too. So I think the second one for me.
Okay. I actually have no answer to this because I don't do arguments, or like I avoid.
But think about it in like a debate way, not just like...
Oh, debate? I thought like arguments with like, I don't know, friends, family, whatever.
Let's just, because we don't really do that, let's just think about it in like a debate
way. We don't do arguments. Then I'll do... Then that would be the same, right? Or
I don't know.
But with feeling... No, but if you are for the side that you actually support, then your arguments would be stronger. So feelings would be
more there.
Would be like stronger.
Yeah.
Right?
So you choose the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get 8 question. I get a lot of satisfaction from finishing projects, starting projects.
Finishing.
First, yeah.
It's so satisfying because I procrastinate a lot. So I start a lot of stuff and then I never finish them. So I get a lot of satisfaction. I can just cross out things from like my list.
I like, me too. I like to do like crochet, and every time you finish a piece, you're just like, yes, finally.
When I do, I don't really do stuff like crocheting. But for some reason,
finishing a book.
Oh yeah, finishing a book. I have a lot of books that I have not finished, but just like the feeling of putting like I'd read more books online than I read like physical books. I read more digital books. So just like finishing a book and like you can mark it as finished on like Goodreads. That's so like exciting for me, and I just cannot wait to do that.
It feels so accomplishing.
Yeah. It's my turn? People would describe me as outgoing or reserved. Reserved?
Reserved.
We have the same answers. This is not good. This is not exciting.
This is not. It is better to be practical or inventive. Oh my goodness. Both.
I don't know. But you can't also be practical and invent. I think practical is better because you could just invent anything. And you could invent like...
No, but you can also invent the most practical thing.
But that doesn't like... It's not just limited to the most practical thing. You can invent like... You know those... the TikToks where like it's like products and it's like a video of a woman. It's like, oh my god, my husband just came home, and it's just her doing a bunch of stuff with like a bunch of gadgets, and they're like so stupid. Most of them are so stupid. So like you could have, and it shows like a bunch of boxes with those products. You could, that's like inventive because you just invented those, but it's not practical.
I'm gonna do practical.
I'm sorry.
You're very convincing.
I should like be in a pyramid scheme and like convince people to like invest.
Gaslighting me to have the same.
No, I was just explaining my opinion.
I know, but that's very convincing. Maybe I'm very like
easily swayed.
I'm very. What is it called?
Gullible? Not gullible.
Gullible. Yes. I just believe everything. This is not good. I have stronger social skills or analytical skills.
Analytical skills for me.
Obviously.
I've noticed how like far off my social skills are, because sometimes in the bus, sometimes I would like stand up and like let like an old person sit down, and they start conversation with me, and I'm like, this wasn't my plan. I just wanted to let you sit down, please stop. Yesterday I was coming home kind of late at night. It was like 9, and my neighbor, she was in front of me and she was holding the door open, so I had to like do the awkward like running to the door, like, thank you. Oh my God. Thank you for holding the door open for me. And then we were like we were walking up the stairs, and I was in front of her, she was behind me, and I had my headphones in, but my headphones are really shitty, so I can like hear what happens. Like, they're not noise cancelling at all, but that helps me because I'm really paranoid. Anyways,
yeah.
I hear like her talking, and I take out my phones, and I'm like, huh?
I hate that.
I take out my earphones, and I'm like, huh? And she's like, oh, where were you? Like, do you have a job? And I was like, no.
Do you have a job?
No. And she was like, oh. So, and I told her where I was, and she was like, oh, nice. And then she asked me like my name, and I was like, oh, I told her my name, and I didn't ask for her name, and she just told me her name because she was like,
that's
well,
basic conversation.
but I didn't know what to say, and I was just like, oh, your name's really pretty, and then we just said bye.
I would say analytical skills too, because we rant a lot about things like drama stuff, so yeah,
we have
obvious.
A lot of things to say.
It's very obvious, yeah, and that's why we started this. We have a lot to say.
We do have a lot to say.
Our mouths are like overflowing.
It's my turn.
Is it?
I think it's my turn. Okay. I am more of a planner or improviser.
Planner.
I think
that like
both.
The other one?
No, I think both. Because remember when we did like project in like English, and I think pulled straight words.
I think you're very good at improvising.
Because I was just like pulling things out of my ass, because I had like my script in front of me, and then I just started talking, and like I did not even kind of think about what I was saying. I was just saying it, and I didn't really stick to the script, and like I didn't know if you like were agreeing with me or not, because I wasn't sticking to the script, so I wasn't looking at you, because I was like, what if she's like, you're not sticking to the script? But I don't know. Oh my God.
I think it's fine. Oh no. What happened? What are you gonna choose?
Improviser, I guess. I like to plan, but I also am really like kind of bad at planning. I don't know.
I would say plan, because every time I go talk to someone, I just need to think of specifically what I have to say. Without it, I cannot say a word, or I'll just...
Like socially. I think I do that too, but and like in the more of a work environment, I think I improvise a lot more than plan ahead.
Yeah, for me it's the opposite.
So I improvise, okay.
I think best when I can bounce my ideas off of someone else, work out my ideas internally before I share them with others. For me, it's the first.
I don't know. I think so too, because I mean, I think before I met you, and I think we get along good. Well,
you think?
I don't know what your opinion is of that. I think before I
think your opinion is wrong.
I think your opinion is wrong. I disagree with your opinion.
Your opinion is wrong.
Before I was doing it, like I didn't really have people to bounce off of, so I didn't really know like if what I was saying would work well. But when we work together, I think we work well together, because we say things and then you come up with stuff, and I build on the stuff you say, and and it's really, it
works well because we agree on most of the things. So when we don't agree on things, it gets awkward. I don't know why.
Because we just just don't know what to say.
Yeah. Sit there. You're just like, let's do this, and I'm like, because I don't know how to just say no. I just say like,
maybe let's do this other thing, and I catch on really quickly that you don't want to do that. So I'm like, okay, let's do maybe.
And then you sound very enthusiastic. You say, yeah, let's do that. And I'm like, I feel bad. Yeah.
I like to use and refrain existing skills or pick up new skills. I can get bored once a skill is mastered.
For me, it's the second.
For me, it's the first, because I really want to have a skill that it's like a very like honed skill, and like I have it and I know it and I hold on to it. I don't have anything like that. I don't know I can't play an instrument. I can't do anything. Like I can't play a game well or something. So I'm really like trying to build on the
That's why I keep playing Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to be good at something. Like, so I can say, hey, I'm good at this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'll choose the first.
I said the second because for me, I really like to draw. but when I start a new drawing that's like bigger or that like could help improve my art style or coloring or anything, I keep procrastinating on that and don't want to do that. I don't even know why. Okay, 15. For me, it's more number 15.
Number 15.
For me, it's more interesting to know how people feel, how people think. What are you thinking? I think second.
Me too. Because even, let's say, like, even people who are, like, disgusting and, like, the worst people alive, I'm like,
exactly.
What went through their head?
Or, like, criminals, true crime. What are their motive? Why did they do that? Or, like, did someone force them to... There's so many layers that
I don't really care about feelings.
You need to know.
I'm kidding. I care about feelings, but you know. At work, I would rather follow a plan or go with the flow. Oh, I think I should switch one of my answers because this makes more sense. Like 12 with the I am more of a planner. See, because it goes like I don't know. Should I change it? Okay,
you don't have to. It doesn't have to.
Okay.
Everything doesn't have to match, I'd say.
At work. Did I say this? At work, I would rather go follow plan or go with the flow.
I would say the first for me.
I would say the second, maybe.
For me, it's the first because, if I don't get very specific instructions to something, I would not know what to do.
See, I hate that. I hate when there's very specific instructions because I'm like, I want to do this way. Like, why can't I do it? Especially in like school stuff, because some of them are really specific. Like, give like rhyme and reason, and I'm like, okay. And then they're like, you should like say it like this. And I think for me, and most of my English assignments, that's what bothers me, because I want to have like creative like space to have like my own things, but then they're like, no, you should do it like this, like use this and use these sentences, and then I get really frustrated. I'm like, I don't want to do that. So I think I would choose the second one.
That makes sense. Okay, I usually act first and think while I'm acting. Think first before acting. For me, it's the second. I said that before. Yeah.
For me too.
I think of specifically what I have to say before saying it, or I'll just not say anything.
I am drawn to the realistic or the surrealistic. Surrealist? How do you even say it?
Surrealistic.
You go. You say.
And I'm not really sure what they mean.
Like, I guess like a better word would be for surrealistic would be like Hold on.
For me, an example for this. So what I thought about when reading this question, I thought about like, instead of going outside, you would want to be like on the internet.
I guess abstract.
Abstract. Oh.
I don't know. I searched for it. of or really having a strange dream-like atmosphere. Okay, so like let's say maybe in art, if you're attracted to realism or surrealism, we'll take it like that.
Then I'd say surrealism.
I think realism because sometimes.
Oh no, we're splitting here.
Because sometimes I'm like so amazed, and now I'm talking strictly about art, how something can look so realistic, and like I think I'm attracted more to that, and I appreciate more things that look very accurate to real world.
To the real world.
So I think the realistic.
It is more important to be tactful or truthful.
Oh.
What is meant by tactful? Google it.
Having or showing skill and sensitivity in dealing with others or with difficult issues. So you're like
like instead of
maybe nice. You're like nice.
Instead of being like sugarcoating something, you just say the truth. It is more important to be
truthful or tactful. You know, it's like would you rather like give the cold hard truth or like lie?
Or like lie. Yeah, that's what I thought about too.
I don't know. Maybe I think my parents keep saying that like I value the truth more than I value like being hurt or whatever. And I think that's true, I guess, because I hate it when I get lied to, because I'm like, just tell me the truth, I guess. But I think this is like very, I don't know.
I'd say truthful.
Maybe, but I feel like I also lie a lot.
Yeah, I would say I'd rather you sugarcoat it.
Yeah, you sugarcoat it.
Too sensitive.
Maybe. I feel like I'm sensitive, but I like being like, maybe this is like cooking, is it? I don't know.
What?
I know, I'm kidding.
You
this is a joke.
like truth bombs.
Yeah, like truth bombs. No, but I'm sensitive. But
me too.
I'm sensitive, but I don't like being lied to. So even though you heard me with something truthful, I like coming from you. You tell me yourself your truth, then rather I would hear it from someone else. Like you know.
For me too. I mean, for me it's also important to be more truthful, but then again, I would prefer it if you could lie to me.
I feel like I'm the opposite. Like I want to not be lied to, but I lie a lot to other people because I'm scared I'll hurt them. But also sometimes like with people I'm close with, I don't know, because I don't want to hurt them, but with like my family, I'm really truthful to them. Like I tell them like if something, I didn't like something and it made me feel uncomfortable, I tell them like I don't like that, please stop saying that, and I tell them the truth. But with people, it was like friends, I don't like to hurt them, so I just like I guess. So I lie a lot.
Wait, now I'm confused. What I should choose?
I don't know, you choose what you feel.
I don't feel anything.
You don't feel.
I don't feel.
Me robot. I robot.
Let's move on. No, you turn.
I am most comfortable when things are settled and decided, my options are open.
I'd say first, because I don't like deciding and things. I keep thinking I'm wrong.
That too.
So
Me too.
Yeah.
Even though I said like I need creative space in work environments, not in day-to-day lives. Like when I have something, like I think all of my decisions until now were like, oh, I like to improvise, I like to go with the flow, but not now. Like I need, because I can't decide. Because when I need to be creative, I'm gonna be creative sometimes. But when, like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to decide because I can't. I'm very indecisive. So I need things to be settled and decided.
Yeah. Like in group settings, I would never take the initiative. Or like when I have, what is it called? An idea, I wouldn't say it.
Yeah. Next. Oh my god, there's another page. 2 of 3. There's 3 pages. I think this is just gonna be us taking the MBTI quiz.
This is taking very long.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Never mind, scrap what we said.
Change of plans, guys.
Change of plans.
I don't know. We'll see. 21.
What's 9 plus 10?
Ask me a question and I will usually start talking to come up with an answer. Take the time to form and answer in my head before I respond.
I think it's my mortal problem that sometimes I just start talking without going anywhere.
I would say then it's the first one.
For me, I guess.
I think with the people that I'm comfortable with, I would like rant and also like talk about different opinions.
I don't know.
So it depends on the person.
Depends on the. See, these are so open. I hate it.
Exactly. It's always depends. And then when I would always take personality tests, I would be like, well, it depends on my mood. It depends on how I feel that day. Sometimes I feel good, sometimes I don't. So
I think people are gonna hate me because now I'm complaining that things are like not like it's not very specific. But then I said I don't like things to be specific, but not in this way. Like I think I was mentioning a very specific case when like
it's no, because they're different situations.
Right.
So.
I hate this.
So
I hate these questions.
It's not the same for everything.
I think I just go with the second, because I also when I'm like in a environment where I don't know people, I'll like think over my answers so I don't seem like dumb and like like I don't seem like an idiot.
I immediately like I had a thought and then I immediately chose the first, because whenever anyone like classmates ask me something, I just say I don't know. Or I just say no, even though I know the answer. I just say I don't know.
We were like waiting we were in the break and like a classmate of ours came and asked, hey, have you seen
have you seen my friends?
And we've seen them go to the cafeteria. And she just said no before I even got an answer out. So I just went with her answer. I was like, okay.
Mel couldn't even say anything and I was just like, no. Never seen them before.
Who are they?
Who are you?
I think I'll go with the second, because I think my answer is, but the first one really is you.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I am usually more absorbed in things I can see, hear, feel, or taste, or touch. My daydream, thoughts, and imagination. I think the second, for me. I like to daydream a lot. I like to sometimes before I had friends, I would just spend my breaks like either reading or just like staring into the unknown. When like Bred wasn't there at school, I had a book with me, but then I couldn't read anything because I would just stare and like think.
Read.
And oh my god, there's like a celebrity. I told you about her, that it's like rumored that she can't read. I told you about her before. You don't remember.
I forgot.
I think the second for me.
I would say the first. Yeah. You.
I just read.
My brain is rotting. I tend to value compassion more than competence more than compassion.
So you're either dumb or you feel towards people. I don't know. Because competence, I don't know. Maybe competence is subjective to most people.
Value. I would value competent. No. I mean, I would value competence, but then I'd feel bad saying that because I would be more passionate because I don't know how to be competent.
Right. I feel like I'm really dumb. Like I am. I
Don't say that.
No, but like I sometimes I talk with people and I'm like, oh my god, I do not know what you're saying, my brother. So I feel like I tend to lean more towards like, hey, I'm dumb, but hello, there's like a side to me that's like I feel with you. So
I feel.
but I don't. But combat, I don't know. You could be saying the like legalize nuclear bombs, but you're compassionate, right? You're compassionate to the towards the nuclear bombs.
I have no idea what you mean.
No, you could say like the worst stuff ever, but you're still being compassionate towards like people, to like that specific type of people you're defending. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I get it.
But competence doesn't always mean being right.
Okay. I value competence, but I am more compassionate, I'd say. But it's not about what you are, but more like
I think I'll choose the second too. Here's my turn.
You
I am sometimes accused of being too rigid or wishy-washy. We've talked about this.
Yeah, and this is the specific question I can remember from the first time I took this test, because we were on a call, and I just thought like, what do they mean in every question? I was just, what do they mean? And then I just talked about. I specifically remember I said like, I'm a Libra, so I'm wishy-washy.
I think we've talked about this before with ourselves. Like we really are very like, when someone says something, we're like, yeah, I believe in that, and then someone comes with a better argument, so it's like, oh
yeah, then we'll be like, but that's very convincing too.
Yeah.
I think when there's something on one side, we'd also be like, but on the other side.
Right.
That's like most of our conversation.
Right.
Exactly.
I think like we've said before that we're really like not like our opinions. We form our opinions from what other people say, and then if someone says something else, we're like, oh, but now my opinion is that.
I mean, we can be very biased, like everyone, but then again, we're very open to other opinions too. It is more difficult for me to be quiet, loud.
Depends. See, very much depends, because I'm loud when I'm with Bred, but then I'm very quiet in other situations. So it's harder for me to be loud, I guess.
I chose second too.
Me?
Yeah.
I solve problems by grounding myself in the facts until I understand the problem, jumping between different ideas, possibilities, and perspectives.
How to solve a problem?
I just ignore it.
Exactly. Or you drown yourself in distractions.
Where is the third option?
No.
I think the second, maybe?
This is a mind break. Because
I don't do any of this stuff. I just ignore the problem until it solves itself. And we've been such we're so guilty of that. Like ignoring the problem.
Avoiding problems at all costs.
Like anything. Like we just avoid it.
Avoid the best solution to everything, right?
And that's like we avoid two things we avoid more than we avoided like we have a restraining order against them. It's like conflict and problem solving. We avoid those so much.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
Confrontation too.
Yeah. I guess the second maybe. Or I don't know.
Let me think.
I'll just choose the second because I don't know.
Yeah.
Or should we just jump this question? No, because you have to answer it.
You can't jump.
So let's just. I'm just gonna choose that second, I guess. It sounds better to me.
Understand. Maybe the first one for me, because when there is a problem, like I have a question. I think like on Friday when the TikTok about like racism. And then
okay.
you talked about xenophobia, and then I just listened to you, and I was, to be honest, I'm embarrassed to say that, but in the middle of when you explained it, I was like, I don't even know what I was saying. I just said somewhere because it sounded so wrong. So I just said like no, and you kept explaining and explaining, and I didn't want to say like, oh, I've been wrong all this time. Never mind. We can just explain. Yeah. First option.
Or maybe it's first two for me. I don't know. Understand the problem, because when you say it like that, I feel like I also try to.
You drown yourself in facts.
I'll try. We Google. We like. Yeah, it wasn't like an argument. It was just
exactly.
like trying to understand what
what
the right answer was. So we were even Googling like stuff, and like then I was like, well, this is what.
But this is we also.
I think I'll choose the first. Sorry.
When having like a question, when someone asks a question, we actually also just specifically Google a simple word, but we just look it up on dictionary and be like, oh, that's exact what. Yeah, it makes it easier to understand.
Yeah, like just Googling one word. I think it's easier for us, I guess, because we're fluent. Okay, I'm gonna.
We're not fluent.
It was a joke. You should have seen my mannerism so you understand my
I'm
joke.
American.
We stand for the flag, and if you don't like
it,
you don't care.
When interacting with others, I am friendly and have difficulty remaining businesslike. I'm usually brief and businesslike.
I am so guilty of the first one.
Businesslike.
Because I try to be so friendly around everyone.
I see that when you're talking to other classmates.
Because I'm like, I don't know these people. I want them not to think that I'm friendly. I just want them I don't want them to be mad at me or like have a bad opinion of me. I have to like everyone to like me, I think. So that's why I have to be nice to everyone, even teachers, friends, like acquaintances. And I'm so scared that I'd be like even strangers. Like you could stomp on me, like myself as a stranger. I'll be like, sorry, it's not my fault. I was in the way. Sorry. And I feel like I need to change my way of thinking, but I can't.
For me, it's the second, because I can only be This sounds weird. I can only be friendly with people I'm comfortable with. Because when talking with others, I need to think, or like, I think I'm brief and businesslike, but not intentionally.
Right. I've seen that before we kind of got comfortable with each other, like actually started like being friends. We had some awkward interactions,
So awkward.
like working on things together, and we didn't want to work together. Like we can say that we didn't want to work together. It was just like
we didn't.
I don't know. I think we like I didn't say much. You didn't say much, so we were like
No. I thought as in like it's awkward because we don't know what to say, and it was awkward. So I mean, I wanted to be friends with you and be like casual or something. But don't say we didn't want to work.
I don't know. No,
together.
I'm saying like the circumstances. Like we were worked with someone else.
Right.
If like the circumstances were what they were. So I'm saying that I got the fact that you were very business like business like.
I have a feeling people think that I'm very like
serious.
Like what is it called? Casual or like
I think
easy to get along with because I'm very awkward. So I just say like I just have very short answers to everything.
I know that.
No. Yes.
Not. Should we do that? And
Just nod my head. This is a work environment, guys.
Guys,
Keep it professional.
is it my turn?
Yes.
I try things that I am reasonably sure will work just to see what will happen.
Oh,
I'm so
both.
in between.
Both.
I don't know. I have no opinion on this.
Me neither. I think
Fuck.
your opinion is wrong.
Your opinion is wrong because my opinion is right.
I will try things. I'd say the first, because when in public, like, I chose art instead of theater because I know I like art and I sometimes do art, so I chose art.
I chose art because I chose art previously and I am comfortable with art. Like, I guess I'm not good at art at all. Like, like I've said before, I'm not good at anything. And
Don't say that.
not like a skill. Like, I don't have a skill. My skill is reading books. Who cares about that skill?
Maybe you're good at reading. I can't read.
Everyone can read. That's not a skill.
I can't read fast.
I feel like I talk fast. So that's not a skill. I talk fast and it doesn't make any sense sometimes. So what was I saying? Oh, okay. What? What was I saying? Oh, I chose art because I was comfortable with it.
You chose art because you chose art.
Because I also knew Bred was gonna be there, so it's just like, whatever.
Yeah.
But because I also thought theater was and music, they were bad, so I was like, just,
no.
whatever. And
Maybe
I don't know
that
where I
was
was
a
going.
bad example.
Yeah, because I don't know where I was going with that. I was so stuck in the middle of my sentence.
Do you have?
First one. Oh, what was reasonable? Sure, it will work. I knew art would be the most comfortable thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess maybe I'm the second. No, because I don't know.
Just to try things out and find out what.
No, because I don't like that.
What will happen?
No, I don't like that.
Okay.
Sorry.
29. I talk about the things most important to me whenever the subject comes up, only with those I trust.
I think second.
Me too, because if someone, like our classmate, would say like, oh, I like this music, I'd be like, I would never want to talk.
Right.
No, maybe it's because of specifically that.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah. If someone brought up your dog,
You're right.
would you be like yes, and this is when they were born?
No, I
this
feel
is
like
their
if someone
blood
brought
type?
up like dogs, I
Dog.
wouldn't like
You
be
wouldn't-
like, oh, I have 2 dogs. Like,
yeah.
here's like
Yeah.
the photos of them. I feel like I only show photos of them to you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what am I saying?
This is a very private showing me photos of your dog.
Like kids. Like, I have so many photos of my dogs. I like the Bred even asks for them. I'm like, yes, here's photo of me dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Only okay. Me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've read too much. I think rules
do you
and
mean?
regulations are necessary for other people. Necessary.
Even if you're subscribed to the law, there should still be rules.
Yeah. Rules are important and they're in place for a reason.
Next. Sorry. I make most decisions guided by my feelings,
I hate this question.
based on logic and facts.
I hate this question.
Depends.
Depends.
Again, depends.
Personality hacker, can we call out personality hacker and be like, make questions more?
Put a middle answer that says yes.
Yes.
Yes. I make
I'm
most.
based on logic and facts. what does that mean? How?
Decision.
Because some decisions are like, today I will eat this instead of this. What logic and fact is that? I just chose to eat that because I feel like it.
Yeah,
I feel like some people are like, oh, this is more nutritious than that, so. But no, I just feel like eating that, so I guess guided by my feelings.
Me too.
I usually prefer to work at a steady pace in bursts. To me, in bursts.
In bursts.
Because sometimes I just
no
do whatever.
But I would like me to work at a steady pace.
I think you're more like, you work like you're better at working at like a steady pace, and because I just leave everything to like a day and like no, but because you like, for example, we have homework and you're like, oh, I'm gonna work on it today, like when we have it.
No, but that's like in bursts.
Is it?
Because no, if we have like a homework for like all the homework we got from one day, I would try to do it all in the same day when I come home.
Right,
you
okay.
know? That's also in bursts.
But you do like, but I think let's say work like homework in general, you work at it, you like work this what we got today, I work on it today, and then the next day, you know, you understand.
Okay.
But I do like sorry.
You convinced me.
But I do like, I leave everything, like all the homework we receive in a week, I leave it for like
procrastination
Sunday, and like it's a burst for like
oh my goodness.
Sorry.
It's already 1 hour.
Oh my god, should we have another page?
How do we
should we like not explain our
okay. If I have to spend a lot of time alone, I will feel
relaxed and refreshed.
Regardless of what other people say, deep down I feel that I am
pretty normal.
I value harmony and authenticity, accuracy, and effectiveness.
Second for me.
Oh no, I'm stuck.
Oh no.
We didn't talk about it. I'm stuck. Oh no. So, in a group project, for example.
Oh my god, we're starting to talk about it again. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine.
It's like that one question with, if you make decisions, you bounce it off with someone else.
Yeah. Okay. So I chose accuracy and effectiveness because I don't care. We could be ripping each other's like hair off, but we're still like working. It's still accurate and it's still effective.
I have the first.
I think best when my surroundings are clean and uncluttered. I do not have to follow a procedure. My surroundings are clean and uncluttered.
Let me think. Exactly this. When I do, it just happened. See? I was rushing myself to think, and I couldn't do it. The second answer.
I think I have like a very... Some people say it's weird. I have a very like... Have to follow this ritual every day. Sundays. I wake up... Yeah, routine, sorry. I wake up, I like eat, I like am on my phone. I like around 5 or like 6, I have to start getting ready for school, and then I go shower. Before I go shower, I have to like clean my room. So I think I work best when like everything is uncluttered and clean, and I follow this ritual. Like my brain is just so happy when I do that. I prefer to observe.
Oh. That's not even an option. There was no option. I'm usually more entertained.
Sorry. I did not know it was there.
No, it's fine. I am usually more entertained by the reality of what is going on around me, my interpretation of what is going on around me.
My interpretation of what is going on around me. Because I like to be like, oh, something happened.
What if this, or like
What-
imaginary lives of
Yeah,
other people.
We
Exactly.
do that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I usually obey my heart more than my mind. My mind more than my heart. My mind.
My heart.
Well,
Are you judging?
no.
You
No.
look very concerned.
It depends. Let's go.
To know what I'm getting into. Sorry. I like.
To know what I'm getting into.
I like to know what I'm getting into, adapting to new situations. First
No.
sounds nicer.
First.
I didn't even think. First just sounds nicer. When I'm problem solving, I tend to think out loud, close my eyes to shut out distractions.
Second.
Close your eyes. Like, let me feel the options.
I was thinking of like it's metaphorical more than like actually physically.
I know, but
You like making fun of me. That's why. That's why.
no, I
Yes.
just go very much by the rules, and if they say you close your eyes to think, you close your eyes to think.
Okay.
A conversation
You
about
didn't say what you chose, did you?
first, think out loud. I talk to myself. A conversation about purely abstract ideas and theories is usually kind of annoying. Totally
Kind of annoying.
Really?
Sorry. Yeah.
Really?
I don't like to talk about purely theories. Like, what if? It just kind of annoys me sometimes.
But we do that all the time.
But no, but...
What do you mean?
It's kind of annoying to me. I'm sorry. But
But
no,
you do that too.
I know I do that too. But it's just...
What?
I don't know. I took it more of like abstract ideas, like more of like conspiracy theories
like
and like
the
very
Earth is
yeah,
flat.
like abstract ideas, like something that would never happen in my mind. And I just think of like that's kind of annoying to me. Like, what if we live in a simulation? I like to make fun of that, but I don't like to actually think about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we do is like, what if, and it's like the like most unhinged stuff that I know would never happen.
I would say both, because a conversation purely.
That's
about
annoying
that.
to me.
Yeah. Okay. Annoying. You convinced me
Again. I always believe. I always believe feelings. I believe feelings are always valid, whether they make sense or not valid, as long as they make sense.
Second. No. Second, because it's the same as the
Second.
controversial thing. So you'll be like,
Like, I feel wronged. Do you feel wronged?
I feel like men should be able to cheat because that's in their nature. And
Or like,
just,
I feel wronged, but does it make sense for you to feel wronged? Like, did someone actually do something to wrong you?
Yeah, okay. I take pride in being dependable, free-spirited.
I don't think being dependable is...
What? Why would I take pride in?
Like we said, like, we're very codependent, and that's not, like, on each other, and that's not really something to take pride on.
I'm not very proud. No, the problem with me is, why would I be proud of myself or something?
Right.
If I don't even have confidence, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That wouldn't make any sense. So, personally, I am not dependable at all. Secondly, I am not free-spirited at all. So,
We're in the middle.
I would say free-spirited, because
Okay.
dependable, not at all.
If I go to the gym or library, I take the opportunity to interact with people. I found a place by myself
Second.
to focus my work. Second.
Under most circumstances, I naturally pay more attention to what is happening, what could be happening.
Second, I guess.
Second, yeah. I trust.
I trust what my heart tells, what my head tells me. I guess second.
I trust my head, but I always go by heart.
But my head is like so like I'm so paranoid, and like my head just says the most unhinged stuff. But I always believe it. I'm like, yeah, I will get killed tonight.
But you trust it.
Yeah.
Even if it's wrong. Okay. Second, then I'm naturally more organized, disorganized.
I say organized, but I could be like the biggest, like I could have the most mess in the world. Like I could be very disorganized. I wouldn't know, but I think I am.
What did you choose?
Organized.
Me too. I prefer to discuss things with a group of people, one person at a time. Second,
because I always get talked over in group settings.
Yeah, we do not work well in groups at all. This, again, I think last episode we also talked about how toxic our relationship is because we're very dependable on each other and do not work with anyone else.
Because we're not good in group settings.
Yeah.
When I need to do my best work, the feeling of inspiration is great, but if I do not feel inspired, but if I do not feel inspired, it does not affect my ability to get things done right. Vital. If I do not feel inspired, it is very difficult for me to produce something I am happy with.
Second, I tend to pay more attention. I tend to pay more attention to my emotions or thoughts.
And then that's why I'm a very unhappy person.
Yeah.
My thoughts are very, like, I think I think a lot and way too much and like very like not for a good reason, and that's why I'm like very unhappy with myself.
Yeah.
I am more orderly or random?
Orderly. But I would also say random. And again, when it comes to work, orderly. When it comes to free time, random. But that's like for everyone.
I don't know. I like to like I plan when even in my free time. I'm like
free time?
Yeah, I'm like, okay, I'll sit in bed and then play this and then this and then this, you know, and then I'll watch like something.
Okay, I'd say for me second then. When I work, when working, I love to be in the middle of the action, close my door, and enjoy the quiet.
Second.
Yes.
Sometimes I pay so much attention.
No, but when you're in the middle of never mind. So no.
Sometimes I pay so much attention to the facts either past the present that I miss new possibilities. I think so much about new possibilities that I do not look at how to make them a reality. Second, probably because we talked about so many things.
We talk about so many things, but never do them. We never end up doing anything.
It is. Oh, you're sorry.
It is worse to be unsympathetic, biased. Oh no!
I don't think it's the worst to be biased. But when you say you're not biased, but you're biased.
No, but when you're pushing your opinion, you're like.
But
in
we're
your
also
face.
sometimes biased, and we make like arguments.
But then again, we also look at other opinions.
But like being biased and not acknowledging it—that's the worst. You're like, I'm not biased, but then again, you're like biased. Yeah. So that's the worst.
Yeah.
Biased.
Okay. In general, I think people would benefit from more responsibility or spontaneity.
I don't think that's right.
No, spontaneity.
Responsibility. I am so sick of people not being responsible.
Yes.
I am so sick of everyone being not responsible.
Stop being immature, guys.
Whenever possible, I connect with people. I avoid unnecessary interaction.
In everyday life, I often meet people that seem to see things the way I do. It is rare to meet someone that really seems to be in the same wavelength as me.
First.
Second. Wait, what do you mean with first? Why did you do
I don't know, because I think I think thoughts that are very because it's common sense. People are like, yeah, that makes sense because it's common sense. Like everyone would think that. So that's why. Why
did you have that expression when I did the second one?
Did I? I don't know. I don't realize what kind of expressions I do. No, I'm not.
No, you look kind of like judging.
Sorry,
That's,
I do not know
no.
what my face does.
Exactly. Very expressive. I told you.
I've been told before. It's like my weakness that I'm
You can't hide anything from me. I know your
yesterday,
weakness.
like on Friday, whenever we finished that, like me explaining something to you, you were like, "Why are you smiling?" I wasn't even realizing I was smiling. I was smiling. Like, why is my face doing that? I don't want it to do that.
I felt so humiliated.
But I didn't know. I was like feeling so bad because I was like, "Why am I smiling?" I didn't realize that I'm smiling.
Really?
Yeah, my face just does whatever because I do not like know that.
Maybe it's your true feelings inside.
Maybe like I cannot regulate what my face
No.
does.
Let me explain myself because you did that expression.
Sorry.
I chose the second one because it's difficult for me to like make friends with someone who doesn't have literally the same interests as me. You know? I think for me personally, it's kind of hard to make friends because I know.
You have to agree on almost everything.
What do you mean
With them? You
with
have
them?
to make friends. It's hard for you to make friends because you have to agree on almost everything with them. Or why?
What do you mean?
What were you saying?
So I know people who can be like casual with others and easily make friends and just connect with them even if they don't have something in common, but that's very difficult for me. We just have to have something in common to connect or like to be friends. Like
I can't honestly.
Yeah. See, do not judge me.
I'm
Now
not judging you. Should I wear like a mask whenever so you don't see anything of my? I know. Should I get like plastic surgery, like Botox in my face so it doesn't show any of my expressions?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'll invest in it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna try and save all my money for Botox injection. It is more important to be kind or fair. Fair, because you could be like kind to someone and then like get I don't know. I'm fair. I don't know what to say.
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
And like being biased. For appointments, I'm usually on time or early, on time or a little late.
See, I feel like I'm guilty of being always late when we hang out.
But you don't do it intentionally.
I don't do it intentionally because I don't calculate how much it takes me to go from school or from home to where we have to meet.
Really?
So I'm always like, oh, I'll be on time. Never on time. And or like I'm like, oh, nothing will happen on the way that will stop me from getting there on time. But it happens. Like my parents come home and I have to talk to them and I have to explain to them something, or like they like hold me back.
Oh.
And then I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not getting there on time. I'm like, I know that I'm not gonna be there on time. So I feel like I'm guilty of being a little late.
I didn't know. Maybe you have like many obstacles, but for me, when I plan to do something, I always leave like 3 minutes room. You know, for everything.
I'm so guilty of that, and I think I sometimes I'm always either very early or very late. Like sometimes I was like 30 minutes early to what we're supposed to. Where do you naturally focus your attention? I focus my attention on the outer world. I focus my attention on the I don't know. I don't like this.
What do you mean outer world?
What does that mean?
The outside? No.
I'm just gonna leave in the middle.
I'm gonna be like
inside. I like being inside.
I like being indoors.
And that's gonna be my comment. I like
you. Done.
Inside.
How do you natural tend to see the world? I see the world in terms of possibilities, patterns, and principles. I see the world in terms of what is real, concrete, and specific.
I hate these. I don't know. I'm just gonna. Can I leave it in the middle?
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in the middle. What is usually most important when you have to make a judgment call? Make most decisions by considering how living things.
Can we skip this?
Okay, sorry. Distraction. I didn't read it.
Can we skip this? Because they're not required.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
Submit. I'm gonna submit it. Sorry.
Soup meat. Come here.
They're the worst. I don't like this.
Oh no!
ISTJ!
Me too!
No, we're not.
The same. I don't
Maybe
know.
we should take these separate so we don't have we don't influence each other.
We influence it. Can I just say I'm still
I
an
think-
INTJ?
I think I'm gonna still say I'm an ISFJ.
Me too. I'm still gonna say, even if they say I'm an ISTJ.
This
I'm
was for
INTJ.
nothing. I'm sorry.
Oh my god, this took so long. I think we have to end it here.
Yeah, we have to end it here. This, like, we're not gonna go with these results.
Oh my goodness.
We're not gonna go. That was my dog. Sorry. Actually, we're not gonna go with these results. They were shitty. Sorry. We have to
Yeah.
take these like separate so we don't influence each other.
We didn't think of that. I don't have any. What is he?
So yeah, that was it for today. It was very boring. We were just talking about random stuff.
We were very chatty. I didn't think we would take that long to do a personality test.
Yeah, but I feel like it's good because it gave us like topics to talk about.
It did, yeah. If we were very chatty today, a bit venting.
Yeah, I guess we didn't have a lot to talk about, but this gave us things to talk about.
A lot of.
It was
ranting.
disappointing. I'll still go with my old MBTI. Sorry,
Me too.
because MBTIs can't change. That's what I've heard. So once you like have your true MBTI, I guess you can never have your true MBTI. I guess, but once you have it and you're happy with it, it can never change, because MBTI doesn't change. So yeah. So if you see someone that's like I was an introvert and now I'm an extrovert, do not believe them. That's not true. Bully them. I'm sorry. I think that's a joke.
Well,
I do not.
No. We do not condone in bullying. Please don't bully anyone.
We do not engage in bullying. We do not approve of bullying. We're sorry. This is an official statement. Do not. Okay, bye.
No.